Hello, abundance-minded friends. I saw a video that has a way to predict the future price of Bitcoin, and I wanted to go over that video with you and discuss it. And it's a video by Steve from Crypto Crew University, and I recommend go ahead and follow him. He's got some great videos. But he figured out a way using the previous cycle returns, dividing that number by 5.3, and that will predict the next cycle's price of Bitcoin. So let's go into the charts and take a look. Here we go. So here we are in the charts, and this is Steve's YouTube channel where he's talking about the prices of Bitcoin. And you can see Bitcoin goes in cycles, right? So there's a 4-year cycle, and every 4 years the number of Bitcoins that are mined is cut in half. So back here, this is the 2010 to 2011 time range. This was like cycle number 1. This is the next cycle, cycle number 2. And then this is cycle number 3. And here we are now in cycle number 4. So if you look at the first cycle back in 2009, 2010, you can see here there's a 327,000% price increase, and that price increase is from the bottom to the top right here. And I'm not sure exactly what number he used for the bottom. Was it 0? Was it $1? Was it a penny? Because you can kind of manipulate those numbers and get to 327,000%. But anyway, let's just take these numbers and assume they're accurate, right? I just want to talk about the method that he used. So if you take the 327,000 and divide that number by 5.3, you get this number, 62,305. And what is that? So that's the price increase from this bottom to this top. It increased by 62,000%. Great. And so there seems to be a trend here, right? So now let's take that number, 62,000, and divide that by 5.3, and you come up with this number, 11,600. So that's this price here, the bottom to the top, right? So do it one more time. Take the 11,600, divide that by 5.3. So you go from this bottom to this top, and you get roughly 2,200%. Okay, let's say we keep doing this, okay? And so I made a Google sheet here, and you can see I created the cycles here. So cycle 1 went up by 327,000%. Cycle 2, 59. But you're saying, Mark, that says 59,000, and on the other page it says, what's the other page here? 62,000. Yeah, it depends on the numbers you use for the bottoms and the top, but I just want to give you ballparks, right? So let's just go with these numbers, right? The low was $2, went up to $1,200. That's about a 60,000% increase. Cycle 3, the low of 200 up to 19,500. That's about almost a 10,000% price increase. And here we are in the latest cycle that we just had. A low of 3,200 went up to 68,000. So that was a 2,000% price increase. And now we're here in cycle number 5. Let me highlight that. So what's the low? The low so far on this cycle, Bitcoin has dropped down to 17,500. That may stay the low, or Bitcoin could drop even lower. But let's assume Bitcoin doesn't drop any lower. Let's assume 17,500 was the low, okay? And using this method, okay, Bitcoin, if you take the 2,000%, divide that by 5.3, you're going to get 414%. And that is going to be the cycle top for Bitcoin, about $90,000 of Bitcoin. and that's not too bad, right? Right now Bitcoin's about 20,000, and if you have an increase from 20,000 to 90,000, where else can you put your money to get that type of return? But let's take it one step further, okay, and let's go into cycle number 6, which is the next cycle. And if we continue this, right, and we take the 414%, divide that by 5.3, we're going to get 114%. And you can see what happens after this next cycle. Bitcoin goes down in value. It goes down to 62,000, 33, 16. Eventually it's going to go down to 0. Just so you know, I wanted to explain something on this chart. Typically during a cycle, low, Bitcoin drops around 80%. So to be conservative, I actually reduced the amount to 75%. So assuming this is the cycle top, what I did is I took a 75% drop to create that low, and then we used the increase of the previous cycle return, divide that by 5.3, and then just continued on, and you can see Bitcoin continues to drop, eventually getting down to 0 or close to 0. So if this prediction, if this formula is correct, then that is basically the end of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's future value is going to go down to 0. Or the other thing is, hey, this is not correct, and at some point this cycle is going to break. So any mathematicians, I'd love you to go ahead and comment in the comment field. And you can see these are the cycles, the ups and downs, divide by 5.3. And so far this formula has played out. How long is it going to last? I don't know. But it can't last past the next cycle, because then Bitcoin goes down in value and no one's going to keep holding it if it's going down in value. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, and I would love to hear what you think. And remember, this is not financial. I'm not giving you any type of financial advice. Make your own decisions. But go ahead, leave a comment. Please make sure to subscribe. And I will see you on the next video.